To induct the 2014 Hall of Fame Award recipient, please welcome from VLSIP Technologies, the founder and CEO, and last year's Hall of Fame inductee, Dr. Rolf Habrecht.
Good evening. The MTBC Tech Titans Hall of Fame recognizes someone who, throughout their career, has been a technology visionary. The recipient must have displayed outstanding leadership in assisting, advancing, and accelerating the performance of the technology industry and/or adoption of technology in North Texas. Spanning more than a decade and reaching far beyond the individual's company or organization. The individuals can include corporate leaders and technologists, non-profit individuals, venture capitalists, entrepreneurs, inventors, and individual contributors. Previous inductees include Bill Sprout in 2010, the President and CEO of the MTBC, John Bayless, General Partner of 7 Rosen Funds, and in 2011, Krish Prabhu, the Chief Technology Officer of AT&T, and it was my honor to have been the 2013 inductee. Tonight, we take the opportunity to induct an individual into the Tech Titan Hall of Fame who certainly deserves this honor. It is my privilege to announce the Metroplex Technology Business Council has selected as its 2014 Tech Titan Hall of Fame inductee, Mr. James L. Donald. Jim's entrepreneurial spirit, his vision and leadership have had a profound impact on the DFW technology community. Twice during his career, he took companies that had minimum sales, concentrating on product development and strategies, and pushed them over the 100 million sales level in just a few short years. Jim's incredible leadership brought DSC out of major debt before he relocated the company to Dallas, to Richardson. Likewise, Jim brought Northern Telecom to Richardson. Jim began his career at Texas Instruments in 1957, and in 1974, he became president and chief operating officer of Danray Inc., which sold optical switches. He took the company out of bankruptcy and built it to revenues over $100 million. Danray was the impetus for Northern Telecom to come to Richardson and later bought Danray here in 1978. In 1981, Jim joined Digital Switch Corporation, later named DSC. At this time, DSC was a startup organization with no marketable product. Jim moved the company from Washington, D.C. with only 6 employees and refocused its development efforts towards the needs of the long-distance marketplace. In 1982, DSC introduced the first product, a digital tandem long-distance switch. The company's sales jumped from zero to $27 million in this one short period of time in 1981. Through Jim's leadership, he built a workforce at DSC of approximately 7,000 employees in this short period of time, and provided a broad portfolio of switching, access, and transport solutions to long-distance, local, and wireless service providers around the world. DSC they created the world's first digital cloud switch, eliminating the need for metallic paths for voice and data, and clearing the way for packet protocols like we use today to make the internet work. DSC was also the first US company to supply a digital switching system to Japan's largest wireless carriers. In the early 90s, DSC became the second largest US-based telecom equipment maker here in Richardson, as annual sales approached approximately $2 billion. Jim was the chairman, the president, and CEO of DSC for most of its existence. He retired in 1997 after initiating the sale of DSC to Alcatel for $4 billion. B like in boy. The sale caused Alcatel USA to triple in size. The deal he orchestrated with Alcatel positioned Alcatel to buy Lucent several years later. And Alcatel Lucent definitely continue to have a dominant presence in North Texas. Let me go back to Jim. Jim has the skills of a good leader, a solid understanding of how to build companies, and the ability to make solid decisions quickly, and a remarkable entrepreneurial spirit that makes him worthy of being a member of the Hall of Fame. On behalf of the Metroplex Technology Business Council, please join me as we induct into the Tech Titans Hall of Fame James L. Donald.
My. I look out here at all these wonderful people and heard all these wonderful stories about all these wonderful new companies. And it does make you jealous and makes you wish that you were 50 years younger and you could start over and do it again. So, but thanks a million for the award. I appreciate it more than you can believe. It's been a lot of years, a lot of fun. In this area in particular, we have enjoyed every minute of the competition and the hard work that was done to get DSC where it is. And we thank you again. Thank you, Rolf, for your kind words. Those were really welcome, and we appreciate it. But let me say a few words about DSC and what it meant to us and to hopefully some of you here tonight. We started out just a little bitty 6 people outfit over in Richardson in a little bitty, what we call office building. It was really a kind of office in the front and a garage in the back, all 6 of us. And we said, well, we want to be in the business. And how do we do that? Well, we identified a market that was not being served. We decided what the product should be, what it should look like to serve that market. And we said, well, we're not going to do a Me Too product. We're going to do a product that we design, that we build, that fits our market. And that's what we did. It took us a year. I added 35 people, by the way, to the 6. It took us a year to develop our first system, and it was a long-distance switching system. And it was pure digital, distributed processing, as opposed to what had been in the marketplace before then. And that one worked. It worked a little more, and we built a little more and a little more. And first thing you know, we were the dominant supplier to the MCIs, to the Southern Pacific Railroad, which became Sprint, and a host of other long-distance carriers. Well, that worked well, and it kept going. We said, well, being entrepreneurs like we are, what do we do after this? So we expanded out to variations in the switching system to something called an STP, and you telecom guys know what that means. And then we did some work with Motorola. In those days when Motorola was in the cellular phone business, we supplied the switch for their systems. And then we went to Japan, and as Ross said, we sold into the DDI network, which is number 2 telephone in Japan. And that turned out to be quite a large undertaking for us. And then we went into the local loop service with a all-digital Lightspan product. And then as we moved along, we started developing other products, digital in nature, Lightspan variations, as we continued to enter into other markets. Now that, in a nutshell, sounds easy, but it wasn't easy, I guarantee you. But it was fun. It was something that you can do. It can be done. And I listened to the presentations tonight for all these young folks that are working hard in school, starting out, working at companies, starting companies. It can be done, and this is the place to do it. It is a great place, good education facilities, good people, good place to live, and why not get in there and have at it? By the way, by 1993, and that's 10 years after we started, we became number 433. Now, what is that? We were number 433 on the Fortune 500 company list. And we were very proud in 10 years to get to there. But it just shows it can be done with the right thought process, the right push, the desire to want to do it and make it happen. And I do thank you so much for the award tonight. It's such an honor for me after all these years. It's been a while since I was a CEO of a company, but I have enjoyed all the time, and thank you again.